Welcome back, man. Welcome back to the road trip. Everybody, Shalawam, and all praises to the Most High. Welcome back. I beseech that you've been having a great day today. Took a couple days off so I could go ahead and listen to, some of my Akim and my Akatim. I gotta listen too, man. I gotta learn, Been working on the website as well too. Shalawam, welcome back to the road trip. Kingdom builders, road trippers, Mishpachah, Akim and Akatim, brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers, aunties and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, everybody in the damn house, man. Shalom and welcome back to the road trip. All praises to the Most High. Thank you for being here. The water, man. The water. That's right, man. Peace and blessings. Shalom. Shalom. All right. Peace and blessings to you, your homes, your dwelling places, your loved ones, your friends, your children, of course, and those pets, man. Little fur babies, little fur nagas. Yeah, man, we love them. We love them all. Man, I hope everybody's been doing good, man. I don't really have to hope these days anymore, right? We just have to beseech. I kind of sense that nowadays. We don't really hope anymore. Our people don't hope anymore. We just beseech. We beseech, Naku. Things happen. Things happen. Like praying for the downfall of our enemies, man. Make it swift and quickly. Right? Get us out of this, Abba. Free us. Save us, Father, from these perilous times. So what are we doing, man? All pleasantries out the way. What are we doing, man? We're back here in the works of Flavius Josephus, the works of the Jewish Antiquities, or the Antiquities of the Yahudim. All right, this is book number 6, chapter 9, how the Philistines made another expedition against the Hebrews under the reign of Saul, and how they were overcome by David's slaying Goliath in single combat, man. That's one-on-one, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? All right, bet. Yeah, we have one of the strongest kings, and soon to be our new prince, right? Under YAHAWASHI, boy. He's bringing David back, man. He's bringing David back. Why? Aren't you excited? Don't you want to meet David, boy? You will. Just stick around long enough, right? Don't get purged out from amongst us. Don't be one of the rebels. You'll meet David soon enough. And YAHAWASHI. Anyway, no further ado. If you have these scrolls available to you, and many of you do now at this point, which I'm very proud of. You guys are actually going out and getting these books. You're like, yo, let me get these scrolls, man. Let me see what Aharon's talking about. Let me fact check this Naga, man. And a lot of you are going out here and actually getting these scrolls and finding it to be very cheap, actually, right? And very affordable. So thank you for reading along. Whether you have the hard copy or you're scrolling along on that blue screen online, all praises to the Most High. No further ado, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, and fellas in the back, I'm not even going to tell you. You know what to do, man. It's time to get busy, man. All praises. Let's begin. All right, fam. Looking at this one, there's, a couple sections, about, 5 sections. There's no notes, okay? So it's a straight read through. Are you ready? Let's begin. Section 1, and it reads, Now the Philistines gathered themselves together again. No very long time afterward, and having gotten together a great army, they made war against the Israelites, the Yahudim, and having seized a place between Sokah and Azekah, they were pitched their camp. They're trying to plot, so they pitched their camp. Right? Saul also drew out his army to oppose them. And by pitching his own camp on the certain hill, he forced the Philistines to leave their former camp and to encamp themselves upon such other hills, opposite that on which Saul's army lay, so that a valley which was between the two hills on which they lay divided their camps asunder. Now there came down a man out of the camp of the Philistine. His name was Goliath of the city of Gath, a man of vast bulk. He was huge, for he was of 4 cubits and a span in height, and had about him weapons proportionate to the size of his body. For he had a breastplate on that weighed 500 shekels. He had also a helmet and greaves of brass, as large as you would naturally suppose might cover the limbs of so vast a body. His spear was also such as was not carried like a light thing in his right hand, but he carried it as lying in his shoulders. He had also a lance of 600 shekels, and many followed him to carry his armor. He was that big, boy. So this Goliath stood between the two armies, and they were in battle array, and sent out a loud voice and said to Saul and the Hebrews, I will free you from fighting and from dangers. For what necessity is there that your army should fall and be afflicted? He wants like submission, right? Give me a man of you that will fight with me, and he that conquers shall have the reward of the conqueror and determine the war. For these shall serve those others to whom the conqueror shall belong. And certainly it is much better and more prudent to gain what you desire by the hazard of one man than all. Right? So bring one hero out here is basically what he's saying. Bring one hero out, fight me, and that will determine this war. If not, we all will go to war, and multiple men will die. Right? There's going to be many widows and a lot of fatherless children. All right? Let's continue reading. When he had said this, he retired to his own camp. But the next day he came again, and used the same words, and did not leave off for the 40 days together to challenge the enemy in the same words, until Saul and his army were with it terrified, while they put themselves in array as if they would fight, but did not come to a close battle. So they showed up every day, right? They showed up to school. They just weren't ready to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of section 1, by the way. Right? Oh boy. And there's a lot of Goliaths out here, right? These big talkers out here who look real stout, right? These great men, weak as water, man. Most of them can't even swing a punch. They just look big for nothing, bro. Most of them do. So all the giants in your life, those bills, those uncertainties, right? They're weak. Those giants are weak. Come out there with that David energy, man, and beat your giants. Let's continue reading. All right, section 2. And it reads, Now while this war between the Hebrews and the Philistines was going on, Saul sent away David to his father Jesse, and contented himself with those 3 sons of his, whom he had sent to his assistance, and to be partners in the dangers of the war. And at first David returned to feed his sheep and his flocks, but after no long time he came to the camp of the Hebrews, and sent by his father to carry provisions to his brothers, and to know what they were doing. While Goliath came again and challenged them and reproached them, that they had no man of valor among them that dare come down to fight him. Oh boy, man, we got one. And as David was talking with his brothers about the business for which his father had sent him, he heard the Philistine approaching, reproaching and abusing the army, and had indignation at it. It pissed him off, man. And he said to his brothers, I am ready to fight a single combat with this adversary. I want smoke with this nickel. This Nago boy. I want smoke with him. He ain't that bad. Because David had the RUACH HA'QODESH. Well, you know what I'm saying. He had that in him. The RUACH wasn't delivered until after YAHAWASHI passed. But we know that. All right. But you know what I'm saying. He had it in him. Let's continue reading. Whereupon Eliab, his eldest brother, reproved him and said that he spoke too rashly and improperly for one of his age, and direct him to go to his flocks and to his father. Man, go back home, nigga. This ain't for you, man. This is grown man work, boy. Right? But he won't step up and say nothing. Let's continue. So he was abashed at his brother's words and went away. But still, he spoke to some of the soldiers that he was willing to fight with him, that challenged them. And when they had informed Saul what was the resolution of the young man, the king sent for him to come in. Come to me, man. And when the king asked what he had to say, he replied, O king, be not cast down nor afraid, for I will quiet the insolence of this adversary, and will go down and fight with him, and will bring him under me, as tall as and as great as he is, until he shall be sufficiently laughed at. And your army shall get great glory when he shall be killed by one that is not yet of a man's estate, neither fit for fighting, nor capable of being entrusted with marshaling an army or ordering a battle, but by one that looks like a child, and is ready, really no older in age than a child. David was still a boy. That's the end of section 2. Sorry, little kind of slip ups there at the end. Right. It's been a long day at work, y'all. But we still got to answer the call of the Most High Yahawah, right? The day's not over until he says it's over, man. But you understand what's happening here in this scripture, right? David's a young boy. He's even telling Saul, man. The other soldiers are like, man, this young boy wants to go out here and get killed. They're laughing at him, probably, right? They're looking at him. He's not even strong enough to wear body armor, bro. Let's continue reading and see what happens. That's the end of section 2, by the way. All right? All praises to the Most High. Shalawam, man. This is good. Yeah. Section 3, let it be. Now Saul wondered at the boldness and readiness of David, but dared not presume on his ability by reason of his age, but said he must on that account be too weak to fight with one that is skilled in the art of war. I undertake this an enterprise, said David, in dependence on the Most High Yahawah's being with me, for I have had experience already of his assistance. For I once pursued after and caught a lion that assaulted my flocks and took away a lamb from them. And I snatched the lamb out of the wild beast's mouth. And when he leaped upon me with violence, I took him by the tail and dashed him against the ground. He beat He beat the stones out of a lion. Let's just say that, man. All right. And it reads, in the same manner did I avenge myself on a bear also, and let this adversary of ours be esteemed like one of these wild beasts, since he has a long wild reproach our army and blasphemed our Elohim. Who yet will reduce him under my power? That's the end of section 3. You got all these great men of valor out here, nobody's standing up, and you're gonna let the name of our Yahawah be tarnished and blasphemed by this nigga, and no one's gonna fight for this? I'd rather go out here and die fighting for the name of my Most High Elohim than to sit back as a coward. And you're damn right, and I would too. But see, I'm not strong like David. I would have got slayed, bro. But I would have gone out there too. Why? Because it's better off to fight for what you believe in, to just sit back quiet and die in something. You know, if you don't fight against it, you sign a contract with it. You're in agreement. I would fight. You have to fight. You have no choice. I'd rather fight and die and lose and get my glory through the Most High than to not fight and live and then be cast out for all eternity because he never knew me, right? Loyalty is important. You got to understand that, man. And you got to know what you're doing out here, man. It's serious. This comes through bloodline, man. If you wouldn't fight for your blood the same way you would fight for your children, you don't got this figured out yet. Alright, man. Let's get back into it. Section 4. What does it say? I'm going to tell you, man. Check this out. 4, and it reads, however, Saul prayed that the end might be by the Most High Yahweh's assistance, not disagreeable to the readiness and boldness of the child, and said, "Go your way to the fight." So he put about him his breastplate and girded on his sword and fitted his helmet, the helmet to his head, and sent him away. But David was burdened with this armor, for he had not been exercised in it, nor had he learned to walk with it. So he said, "Let this armor be yours, O king. Who is able to bear it? But give me leave to fight as your servant, and as I myself desire. Let me fight the way that I know how to fight, man. I just told you how I killed a lion. I told you how I killed a bear for my flock." Isn't that symbolic to how YAHAWASHI kills lions and bears for his flock? Huh? He flattens mountains for his flock so we can graze? Huh? Oh yeah, O king, who is able to bear it, but give me leave to fight as your servant and as I myself desire. Right? I can't do it the way you do, YAHAWASHI. I can't fight like you. But grant me your strength, YAHAWASHI. Give me the RUACH and let me fight. Right? You see the parallel? You can't do it like the king, but you can do it. Oh, you can do it. You can't do it like the king, but you can do it. Let's continue reading. Accordingly, he laid by the armor. He laid it by, man. He put it down, and taking his staff with him and putting 5 stones out of the brook into a shepherd's bag and having a sling in his right hand, he went towards Goliath. And I'm going to interject. A lot of people say that David was shooting like lightning bolts and stuff out of piercing it. No, man. He literally told you. He went to the brook and he picked 5 smooth stones. Literally 5 smooth stones. Don't add anything more to the scripture. He wasn't throwing sparks and lightning and you know, plasma balls out of his sling. No, man. They were literally 5 rocks, nigga. And it says, "But the adversary, seeing him come in such a manner, disdained him and jested upon him." He was laughing at him, mocking him, as he had not such weapons with him as are usual when a man fights against another, but such as are used in driving away and avoiding of dogs, and said, and see, he was driving away dogs. The Philistines were dogs. So he took dog weapons to fight wolves. He took a sling and a stone to hit the wolf on the head, boy. You don't see the parallel? Driving away dogs. It's not meat to give the children's bread to the dogs. These people are dogs, man. Pay attention. I'm going to continue reading. "Do you take me not for a man, but a dog?" To which he replied, "No, not for a dog, but for a creature worse than a dog." This provoked Goliath to anger, who thereupon cursed him by the name of the Most High Yahweh, and threatened to give his flesh to the beasts of the earth and to the fowls of the air to be torn in pieces by them. To whom David, our king, right, answered, well, our prince. YAHAWASHI is our king now, because they both passed, all right? So when they come back, David's our prince, all right? And it says, what did David say? He said, "You come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a breastplate, but I have the Most High Yahweh for my armor in coming against you, who will destroy you and all your army by my hands. For I will this day cut off your head and cast the other parts of your body to the dogs, and all men shall learn that the Most High Yahweh is the protector of the Hebrews, and that our armor and our strength is in his providence, and that without the Most High's assistance, all other warlike preparations and power are useless." Oh, I wanted to cuss so bad. I'm having restraint. So the Philistine, being retarded by the weight of his armor, listen, by being retarded by the weight of his armor when he attempted to meet David in haste, came on, but slowly, and despising him, and depending upon it that he should slay him, who was both unarmed and as a child also, without any trouble at all. So he came, he started storming him. But this dude is a giant, and you got to think, smaller things move faster than larger things, right? You seen an elephant run as fast as it possibly can? It's fast, but it's not quick. Have you ever seen a fly evade you when you try to swat it? Time and awareness is relevant to the size of a being. A fly is quicker than you. You are quicker than an elephant, right? So when you see this giant this huge Philistine giant storming at him, probably standing about 15 to 18 feet tall in full armor that weighs hundreds of shekels of weight. He's moving slow. He's powerful. Yes, if he hits you, you're done. But if you're quick and you're light on your feet, it's easy to dodge something like that. It's easy for a fly to dodge your swat until you catch it slipping, right? But a fly is going to avoid you and evade you most of the time because you're big and you're goofy when it comes down to its agility, its small ability to move. So just like that, I'll use that same parallel that David moved quicker than Goliath. You know what I'm saying? He saw this big lumbering beast coming at him, so he goes ahead and he slings up. And what's he about to do, man? We about to read section 5. No trouble at all, man. No trouble at all. Shalawam, man. Quickness is more than power. I'd rather be quick. I'd rather be quick than mighty, man. I'd rather be quick with speed. Yes. So read this with me, Mishpachah, Akim, and Akatim, brothers, sisters. We're about to hit this last section because there are no notes. So bear with me. Let's get it. Section 5. Let's get this. It's the climax. But the youth met his antagonist, being accompanied with an invisible assistant. Who's that? Who's the invisible assistant? Ruach? Who was no other than YAHAWAH himself. And taking one of the stones that he had out of the brook, and he had put into his shepherd's bag, and fitting it into his sling, he slung it against the Philistine. This stone fell upon his forehead and sank into his brain, insomuch that Goliath was stunned and fell upon his face. So David ran and stood upon his adversary as he lay down, and cut off his head with his own sword. So he had no sword himself. And upon the fall of Goliath, the Philistines were bleeding, and they're beaten and fled, man. They were terrified. If the youngest little boy, and see, the Most High did this for a reason. Are you paying attention? Putting a boy against a hero giant. If one of their little shepherd boys could kill our heroes, what can the rest of them do? Not knowing how cowardice they were. But David had the balls. David had the gumption. He had the stones. Literally and figuratively. Pun intended, nigga. Alright? And they fled, for when they saw their champion prostrate on the ground, they were afraid of the entire issue of their affairs, and resolved not to stay any longer, but committed themselves to an ignominious and indecent flight, and thereby tried to save themselves from the dangers they were in. But Saul and the entire army of the Hebrews made a shout and rushed upon them and killed a great number of them, and pursued the rest to the borders of Gath and to the gates of Ekron, so that there were killed of the Philistines 30,000 and twice as many wounded. Woo! That's 90,000 niggas affected, 30,000 dead, 60,000 gone, twice as much affected. Boy, you read these words, man. But Saul returned to the camp and pulled the fortifications to pieces and burned it. But David carried the head of Goliath into his own tent and dedicated his sword to the Most High Yahawah at the tabernacle. He dedicated. He had a feast, bro. He just sacrificed the head of his enemies to Yahawah. Now, does that sound wicked? But guess what? If I were to curse my enemies today, would you call me wicked? Huh, you Christian? Yeah, you would. Huh? Praying for the downfall of my enemies, of my oppressors. The people who want to see me downfall, but don't have the strength to do it. They don't have the law to do it. They don't got the gumption to do it. They don't got the permission to do it. But don't you think they want to see me dead? And I got nothing to do with these people, man. Stay in my lane, mind my business, man. Right? So is it righteous for me to pray for the downfall of my enemies when literally our forefathers showed you through these scriptures, man, through these scrolls in black and white text? And I beseech that all you can read. Don't let man's doctrine cloud your eyes. Remove the scales. What does the scripture say? The destruction of our enemies is a righteous and a blessed and a glorious to be celebrated thing. It's always been. And there is nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1:9, Nick. But I appreciate it. Let's close up this read. All right. You know, Mishpachah, Akim and Akatim, right? The fam, right? Israelites, Yasharala. Every time we read, every time we speak, there's a piece of you that comes to me. And there's a piece of me that goes to you. And we get deeper and deeper, right? This is a sifting process. If there's something that I say, I don't tell lies. You don't hear me lie on this channel. So if there's something that I say or the way I say it that repels you, yet it's still truth spoken, right? Truth unlocked. And that's not between you and I. That's the sifting process. My delivery has nothing to do with the truth that I put down in black and white. All right? I just want to make that clear for everybody out there. I may speak a way that you don't think is righteous. Words are words, man. This is not our language anyway. This is English. I can say whatever fucking damn word I want to say. It doesn't mean shit, right? It's not a curse word. It's not a word that Yahweh gave us to speak. These are not our words. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. It's a word. If it takes you away from the truth, that's a sifting process. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. But I love those who really truly understand, who really get this work. And our teachers out here who are fervent and dedicated and diligent and truthful in every little piece of effort and works that they put out here and do for y'all. That's something to just put your hands towards the sky. Chin upwards, man. Eyes open. Giving all thanks, honor, praises, and glory to the Most High Abba Yahawah, Bahashem YAHAWASHI. With all those honors to the RUACH HA'QODESH, man. My love and my respect to my family and our cleaving friends whose eyes are awakening and realizing that their fathers have told them lies. They have inherited lies. And they're waking up and realizing it's not too late to get back into something, right? Something real. It won't be the sheepfold, but you can be citizens of the kingdom. You're not children, but you're citizens of the kingdom. And after the 1,000-year millennial reign, you will get eternal bodies on the 8th day. Oh my goodness, if you prove yourself, you'll never be children, but you will be guaranteed citizens of the kingdom forever and ever and ever and ever. And that's as great as it can get. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. So Thabata for being on this road trip adventure with me, Mishpachah. Until we read again, until we speak again, until we meet again. You stay safe. It's very road trip appropriate to say as you're driving to and fro up and down these roads, especially if you got those little kiddies in the car. Be safe out there, right? Pedal off the gas, man. Pump the brakes. We are in no rush. If so, you need to leave the house a little earlier. Don't put our people in danger. Don't put yourself in danger. Right? Don't become a target. But Yahweh's got your back. YAHAWASHI has got your heart. And he's got your mission too. Trust me, he's got your mission. And that will be revealed to you all in due time. All praises to the Most High. And I'll see you all very, very soon, Yahweh willing, on the next one. which is going to be, do you want me to give you, do you want to hear what it is? Okay, real quick. All right, real quick. It's going to be chapter 10 on book 6, right? Chapter 10, Saul envies David, for his glorious success and takes an occasion of entrapping him from the promise he made him of giving him his daughter in marriage, but this upon condition of his bringing him 600 heads of the Philistines. They say 600 heads, but they really mean 600 foreskins. He was chopping off, he was bringing them crotch skins, boy. Let's read it how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? They try to cut cars. 600 head. No, it wasn't. 600 heads, but it wasn't a human head. It was a physical male head, right? And that's all we got to talk about there. You should understand. We're all grown adults. He had to bring foreskins. So anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. I love you. It's kind of messed up we ended on that, but that's just the title. I love you. See you soon. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. Shalawam.